This is all we have uncovered about the Wanderer. This season, a shadowy figure has emerged on the island. The presence of the Wanderer has installed a deep sense of doom among nobles who reside on the island. His face remained shrouded in darkness, and he manifests as a shadow, a cloaked figure in a white cape. Many have speculated about the identity of the Wanderer this season, with many saying it could be Geno, the leader of the imagined order. But some say it could be the other mysterious figure known as the Nothing, or maybe a continuation of both characters' previous speculation of being the Shapeless Man, and that's a continuation of that. But it turns out the Wanderer is Doctor Doom. But where did this story begin for Doctor Doom? This story did not begin this season, not this chapter, not this year, and not even this decade. The energy of that event was felt throughout the Omniverse. Over the coming days, that the matter left from Athena would reorganize to form Apollo and Artemis, someone noticed that power. And it was the Devourer of Worlds, Galactus. And the Herald of Galactus, who was for Odysseus, had to warn us, so he travelled in advance to Reality Zero to warn us that Galactus was coming. After he did that, he called for Sif to send reinforcement. Of course, Chapter 5 Season 4 is about to be a massive Marvel crossover, but this would be the prelude to the first, Chapter 2 Season 4, where we bring the likes of Iron Man, Groot, and of course Doctor Doom. The Avengers would spend the season trying to find a way to beat the incoming Galactus. In that time, Doctor Doom will make Pleasant Park his home, which will then change to Doom's domain. And this season, we are about to get a massive upgrade to that. But why don't I just let Thor explain it?
My memories are broken, but I know I brought these mighty warriors here to defend our reality. High above this strange land is where we'll prepare to stand against him. Galactus, the Devourer of Worlds. We must remember who we are. Storm, Iron Man, Mystique, Doctor Doom, She-Hulk, Wolverine, and I am Groot. Indeed. Our greatest war begins here. Now, we will explore this land, regain our powers, and reclaim our memories. Join us. Together, we will defeat Galactus and save all reality!
So a bit of tinkering with the loop, some few million gamma bombs, and the fact that Galactus was hungry, the Avengers and the Loopers done it. Galactus, the Avengers and Doom returned back to Reality 616. And along with something quite powerful and that will become relevant to Doom later on. And we wouldn't hear anything from them for a few years. A couple of events and one end event later, and the reason why I show this end event, it's actually quite relevant to the information that I just said about the Galactus event, because during this event, someone had the time to hack the Imagine Order database, which told him something very important. So just sit on that information, right? Let's move all the way to Chapter 3 Season 2. The Seven had a problem. The Imagine Order was planning something big, and they needed a counter, and that counter was the mech. But after the events of Season 8, the mech flew up and was never seen again. Although a member of the Seven managed to track down the last known location, which was somewhere on the Ice Moon. So they needed to bring back the mech. They theorized that the mech wouldn't have enough power, and needed some serious juice. This power would come from the fragment that broke off the 0 point after or during the Galactus event that ended up in Reality 616. This information was acquired from the Imagine Order's database after the Origin hacked it during that Chapter 2 end event. So they split into 3 teams. One stayed to fight in Reality Zero against the Imagine Order as the IO tried to claim the flip side. Another to the Ice Moon, and they would rendezvous with Storm and Thor once Team 3 would send Thor and Storm. That second team though did consist of Iron Man, the Foundation and the Scientists. The reason they needed Thor and Storm is they could control the weather, and the Ice Moon's weather is very treacherous. You wouldn't be able to survive, so they needed people who can control weather to control the weather. So the final team that had to go to Reality 616 to get Storm and 4, as well as some other Avengers to back up the team that stayed in Reality 0, that consisted of Jonesy, the Imagined, and Spider-Man, would actually pick up another member in Reality 616, and that would be Wolverine. But they would send a bunch of Avengers back to Reality 0 to back up the team on Reality 0, and then send the second team to go to the Ice Moon, with Storm and 4. But remember, that third team had another job to pick up that Zero fragment, which the third team did pick up traces for it in Wakanda. They travelled to Wakanda to find themselves in a predicament with the Wakandan Defence Forces. After Shuri realised they were fighting Wolverine and Spider-Man, she went, "Stop! These are friends of Wakanda." After they explained to Shuri what they were after, she was intrigued. She went, "You think this crystallised fragment of your 0 point, the creation of all realities, is here in Wakanda?" Yeah. However, they were having trouble pinpointing its exact location, so he explained that would most likely be the vibranium that was causing interference, but you could search for it, but only if you promised not to take anything else. While looking for it, Wolverine realised that he couldn't smell it, and that it had been here, but it was long gone, but could pick up a trace of reptiles. And at venturing further out Wakanda, and they discovered that the skins from Season 8 may have taken it. After beating the hybrid skins of Season 8, he discovered that it had already moved again, but smelt a sense of someone who was half dinosaur and half man. Spider-Man said that can only be one person, Sturgeon the dinosaur. Spider-Man knew of only one place that he could be, and that was the Savage Lands. After running into more Season 8 hybrid skins, they finally encountered a High Evolutionary, who knew what they sought. A battle ensued. The High Evolutionary, for whatever reason, decided to hit on the Imagined halfway through his fight. But when he was distracted, Spider-Man pushed past security to head towards the Zero Shard, only to find Dr. Doom. "Fools, thanks for easing my path to the Zero Shard. I had neither the time nor inclination to fight the High Evolutionary for it, but you blindly distracted him and his creatures, allowing Doom to claim the prize." It turns out letting Fortnite original characters do Dr. Doom's bidding is kind of an easy thing for him. As much as I enjoyed crushing you under my heel, Doom is called to greater things. But I leave you with my minions. Have I mentioned they served me and led you like a sheep to where I required you? Farewell, Spider-Man. You may rest assured that all creation is safe in the hands of Doom. After Doom leaves, the High Evolutionary and the other team had resolved their issue. The High Evolutionary informs them, "As I thought Dr. Doom has used the shard to travel back to Reality 0. I'll be able to trace the energy signal for a short time." The team asks the High Evolutionary to join them, but he declines before giving one last chilling statement. The Reality 616 team then ends up on the Ice Moon, so now there's currently 2 teams on the Ice Moon. When they encounter the Ice King's collection of powerful artifacts, the Ice King tries to kill them by making it a little colder. Dr. Doom was near to collect some of the artifacts of his own, as per the Imagined Order's request. With the Zero Shard in hand, Doom starts attacking, using the Ice King's array of inter-reality arsenals. "I have no time to humble you, as you deserve, so I will use the power of creation itself to destroy you." It turns out somehow Dr. Doom had learned how to use the Zero Shard for himself. Luckily, Shuri had a device which normally nullifies Arctic Vibranium. This would be enough to nullify the Zero Shard, releasing it from Doom's grip, and Spider-Man would swing in with Reb to grab it. At this point, the other team comprising of the Foundation had found the mech, discovered that Paradigm was alive, and had fixed the mech. All they needed was the Zero Shard, and Spider-Man swung over to the mech. Meanwhile, Doom was fighting the others and was about to taste victory when the mech smashed through and tried to deal with Dr. Doom. "Now I need to waste no more time here. The final battle will occur on the island, and we will meet again if luck is with you." Dr. Doom then leaves to go back to Reality 0. Back on the island, the Seven set up their assault. Sui talks to Jones about ghosting her in the Savage Lands. Yeah, that might be an interesting point this season. Sui and Jones' relationship during the Zero War. Nothing really sparked off, but there was some form of chemistry, so keep an eye on that one. Of course, most of this ties up with the events of Collision, and of course Geno falling into the Zero Point, as well as the Imagine. And of course, this event was trying to stop the Zero Point from touching the crystals and resetting everything. But during this altercation between the IO and the Seven, Doom was nowhere to be seen. Dr. Sloan wanted more firepower, and expected Doom to have brought it from the Ice Moon. She told Gunner to look for him. Gunner finds him, and well, you know what happens. Doom shoots him in the chest, and he's never seen from again. Dr. Doom then returns back to his castle in 616. But before he leaves, he does give a pretty good speech. The philosophy of your imagined order is sound. It is possible for those with a significant wisdom, genius, and resolve to engineer the perfect society. Your mistake was believing you were capable of such thing, when only Doom is blessed with such vision. If any life lingers in you, take solace as you die in the knowledge that your goal will be realized someday far from here by Doom. And in a small way, you were useful. And not seen again? Well, this was till chapter 5, season 4. Well, kind of. Of course, in the trailer we seen that the Wanderer is Dr. Doom, but now we know for certain that the Wanderer is Dr. Doom. How does the rest of this chapter fit in? At the start of this chapter, we are introduced to two factions, the Society and the Underground, with characters in the Society like Montague, Oscar, and most importantly, Valeria. And of course the Underground with Hope. Hope and Valeria, as obviously we find out, are sisters and have a very important grandfather who was responsible for this journal, diary, which had crazy amounts of information about Pandora's box and God knows what else, because we only see the information about Pandora's box, we don't see anything else. Of course, Valeria would find a way of unearthing Pandora's box, and along with the loopers, we would break the chains and open Pandora's box, releasing the Paphian gods, the immortal Zeus, and over the course of the season, Zeus would create enemies out of Jones, Hope, and the loopers, and we would break the hourglass that bonded his immortality. Pandora's box would rear its ugly head yet again and release something else. At some point in season 2, we met the Oracle, this spiritual guide almost, this fortune teller, this foreseer, a seer, and told us beware of the Wanderer, blackened skies, choking dusk, which judging by the chapter 5 season 4 trailer, might be the case. The events of breaking the hourglass releases anger from Zeus, which brings on something else releasing from Pandora's box. Which brings us to chapter 5 season 3. It brought the Leviathan, Megalodon, the Raceland, and of course the Wanderer. And of course after the events of the pipeline exploding, Dr. Doom, the Wanderer, played the Megalodon because the Megalodon thought they were friends, but as Dr. Doom has done in the past in Fortnite with the Imagined Order, he's double crossed them, he's betrayed them, he's gained their trust and spat it back in their face. Of course, as you're probably aware, Dr. Doom or the Wanderer has been travelling around the map, but every time you got close to him, he would disappear. And then of course, we had the event and the trailer has dropped. So we have seen the Wanderer claim the power of Pandora's box, and we have seen in the trailer there seems to be a chimney that seems to be spewing out nitro, and of course, as the Oracle says, blackened skies, choking dust. And with Dr. Doom being the Wanderer, it does open some lines of inquiry with how his relationship is with Valeria and Hope and their granddad, because it was their book that unearthed Pandora's box. So how far did he have this plan in motion? Did he do something to make that happen? And in the trailer, Dr. Doom, the Wanderer, is already getting to work by releasing some formidable foes in Mysterio, Tomato Heads, Chaos Agent, and a few others. But anyway guys, if you did enjoy this video, leave a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It has been your boy Mr. JLY. Till the next time, bye bye.